Okay, students, if you're watching this video, that means you need a little help with your, hold on one second here, there we go, with your homework. So there it is, page 566, 11 through 24. If you're on the wrong assignment, then please find the correct video you should be on. Okay, your book should be open to page 566, so please turn there, page 566, and let's start off with number 11. Number 11, find the sine of A and the cosine of A. Write your answers as fractions. So here's, again, I'm not trying to get the neatness of the year award. I'm going to write these up very quickly. There's your triangle. This is length of 11, length of 61, length of 60, and angle A is where? Right here. So we're trying to find the sine of A and the cosine of A. So we're dealing with angle A. So put your pencil on A, go straight across. We'll call this our opposite side. Obviously 61 is your hypotenuse. So the other side left, the only side left is 60. That's your adjacent side. Now how do you find the sine of angle A? Opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? So, let me see something here if this still works. Okay, it does not. Okay. Let me get rid of that. There we go. So, opposite over hypotenuse, your opposite side is 11 and your hypotenuse is 61. Now, if you try to reduce that, you cannot reduce it, so that's your final answer. All right, let's find the cosine of A, adjacent over hypotenuse. Well, adjacent would be 60, hypotenuse would be 61. You cannot reduce it, so that's your answer. The directions for 11, 12, and 13 have said they want your answers written as fractions. Okay, so we're going to do what the directions say. All right, here's the next triangle. This is number 12. Let's quickly label the sides. 5, 5 square root of 3, and 10. And here's angle A down here. They're asking us to find the sine of A and the cosine of A. All right, let's go to angle A. Go straight across. When you go straight across, this will be your opposite side. 10, of course, is your hypotenuse. And 5 would be your adjacent side. Okay, how do you find the sine of A? Well, it's opposite over hypotenuse. And the opposite side would be 5 square root of 3. And the hypotenuse would be 10. Now be careful. Look, students, 5 square root of 3 over 10. Now please watch. This number is not under the radical. It's on the outside. This number is not under a square root. So you can cancel. You can reduce. Now please listen to me. Watch this. If there was a 5 under the radical like this, and a 10 here, you could not reduce those two numbers because the 5 is under a radical and the 10 is not. But whenever the numbers are both outside like a 5 and a 10, you can reduce that. So 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 10 twice. So your final answer is 1 square root of 3 over 2. That would be the sine of A. Now let's talk about the cosine of A. The cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent side is 5 and the hypotenuse is 5 square root of 3. Now again, the 5 is not under a radical, the 5 is not under a radical, so you can definitely reduce those. 5 goes into both of them, and you're left with 1 over 1 square root of 3. 1 over 1 square root of 3. All right, let's continue on to number 13. Number 13. Number 13 looks like this. And the sides would be 39, 36, and 15. So 39, 36, and 15, and angle A is way up here. All right, so here we go. Angle A is the angle we're dealing with. Go straight across. This would be your opposite side. Here's your right angle. This would be your hypotenuse. And then 15, 15 would be your adjacent side. All right, here we go. Let's start off with finding the sine of angle A. The sine of A is opposite over hypotenuse, and of course that would be 36 over 39. Opposite over hypotenuse, 3 goes into both of those, so your final answer would be 12/13. If you did not reduce, you would lose points on a test or a quiz. Okay, cosine of angle A would be adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent would be 15, hypotenuse would be 39. 3 goes into both of those, and so your final answer would be 5/13. 5/13. Okay, let's move on to number 14. Number 14. Okay, find the sine of p and find the cosine. Hold on, my headphones are kind of messing up here. Sorry about that. There we go. Find the sine of p and the cosine of p. Write your answers as fractions and decimals both. So let's start off with number 14. Number 14 looks like this, or close to that. Good enough. Even though it doesn't look like it, this is your right angle. And we have a 12, a 37, and 35. So 12, 35, 37, and where is p? P is right here. All right, they want us to find the sine of p and the cosine of p. Put your pencil on p and go straight across. We call this our opposite side. Here's your right angle. Go straight across. This is your hypotenuse. So the other side is your adjacent side. Now, how do you find the sine of an angle? Well, we say opposite over hypotenuse. So that would be 12 over 35. Okay? Now, I can't think of any numbers that would allow you to reduce this. So there's one answer. They wanted a fraction and a decimal, so 12/35 would be one answer. And then the other one would be 0.3429. 0.3429. Just type that into your calculator. Okay, cosine of p would be adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 35. The hypotenuse is 37. That cannot be reduced. So there's one answer. And then the other answer would be 0.9459. 0.9459. All right, let's continue on to number 15. Number 15. The triangle will look something like this. And we have a 7, 11, and a 6 square root of 2. And we're finding the sine of p and the cosine of p, and p is right here. All right, so there's angle p right here. So we go straight across. We call this our opposite side. 11 will be your hypotenuse, and 7 will be your adjacent side. So let's find let's find the sine of p. That'd be opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite would be 6 square root of 2. Hypotenuse would be 11. So there's your fraction. And now here's how you type this into your calculator. You would type in 6 times square root of 2 and get a decimal, and then hit divided by 11 equals. And you should get this right here. Make sure you know how to do this, 0.7714. All right? Very important you know how to do that. Okay, cosine of p would be adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 7. Hypotenuse is 11, so that's easy, 7/11. And then 7 divided by 11 is 0.6363. So 0.6363. All right, let's take a look at one more problem, our last one, and the rest are going to be calculator problems. That's a pretty simple assignment, okay? Not that difficult. All right, number 16, there's our triangle, there's our right angle. We have a 9 and a 3, and once again a 6 square root of 2. 6 square root of 2. Okay, angle P, if you'll look in your book, is right there. Let's go ahead and label our sides. Put your pencil on P and go straight across. 3 would be your opposite. 9 would be your hypotenuse. And this side here would be your adjacent side. So let's quickly find the sine of P. How do you find the sine of P? Opposite over hypotenuse. That would be 3 over 9, which of course is 1/3 when you reduce it. Or if you type it into your calculator, 0.33333. All right, let's take a look at the cosine of angle P. The cosine of P is adjacent over hypotenuse. The adjacent side is 6 square root of 2, and the hypotenuse is 9. Now please notice the 6 is not under a square root. The 9 is not under a square root. They're both what we call outside numbers, so you can reduce by 3. This would become a 2. This would become a 3. So your answer is 2 square root of 2 all over 3. Now you really had better know how to type this into your calculator in case I ask for a decimal on the quiz tomorrow. So it's 2 times the square root of 2, right here, 2 times the square root of 2 equals, you'll get 2.828427, then divided by 3. Divided by 3. And you should get 0.9428. 0.9428. And again, make sure that you're typing it in correctly, top divided by the bottom. Okay, the rest of your homework problems are calculator problems, and I am not doing the odds for you. There's no work to be shown. They're in the back of the book, so you really need to look those up on your own, okay? I'm not going to help you be lazy by doing the odd ones for you. So the odd ones are in the back of the book. I'll do the even ones for you, the cosine of 23. Simply type that into your calculator, and you will get 0.9205. Let's take a look at number 20. Number 20 is the cosine of 5 degrees. Cosine of 5 degrees. So cosine then 5, make sure you're in degrees, not radians. You should get 0.9962. 0.9962 if you're rounding in the correct place. All right, number 22 is cosine of 61. Cosine of 61 degrees. So type in cosine 61, and I'm getting out 0.4848. So 0.4848, and then number 24, last but not least, and we're finally done, the cosine of 77. Cosine of 77, and cosine 77 degrees equals 0.2250. 0.2250. I really hope you're getting this. Please do your homework, check it, make sure your questions are answered, and hopefully this was a help to you.